Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event.
The highly anticipated boxing match between social media star Jakepaul and boxing legend Mike Tyson has been postponed, stirring a whirlwind of reactions across the sports world. Mike Tyson, who recently experienced a health scare, has weighed in on the delay, reflecting both resilience and caution. However, Tyson is not the only figure to comment on the situation. Experts and commentators, including Joe Rogan and Michael Bisping, have also voiced their opinions, bringing a broader perspective to the discussion. This video delves into the various responses to the postponement, exploring Tyson's reaction, the health concerns surrounding the bout, and the wider implications for the sport of boxing. The announcement of the Tyson vs. Paul fight was met with a mix of excitement and disbelief. On one hand, the match promised to be a blockbuster event, drawing attention from both traditional boxing fans and Paul's vast social media following. On the other hand, the significant age difference in Tyson's recent health issues raised serious concerns about the safety and ethics of the fight. The fight was initially scheduled to take place in Las Vegas, a city synonymous with high-stakes boxing matches and entertainment spectacles. Both fighters expressed their enthusiasm for the bout, with Tyson stating that he was eager to showcase his skills against the younger opponent and Paul relishing the opportunity to face a legendary figure in the sport. However, the excitement was tempered by Tyson's health scare in May 2024. While on a flight from Miami to Los Angeles, Tyson experienced an ulcer flare-up, necessitating medical intervention. The incident raised alarms among fans and experts, prompting calls for the fight to be postponed or canceled altogether. Mike Tyson, despite his recent health scare, remains determined to face Jakepaul in the ring. Tyson, at 58, experienced an ulcer flare-up on a flight, which necessitated immediate medical attention. However, he has downplayed the severity of his condition, expressing a desire to continue training and prepare for the bout. As a response to the postponed fight, he even stated, "This may have bought you some time, but in the end you will still be knocked out." Tyson's response underscores his enduring passion for the sport and his willingness to push the limits of his physical capabilities. In a recent social media post, Tyson reaffirmed his commitment to the fight, suggesting that he could still dominate even at less than optimal health. This tenacity is a hallmark of Tyson's storied career, but it also raises questions about the safety and wisdom of the match given his age and recent health issues. In stark contrast to Tyson's storied career, Jakepaul represents a new breed of boxer emerging from the world of social media and influencer culture. Paul first gained fame on the now-defunct video platform Vine and later transitioned to YouTube, where he amassed millions of followers with his prank videos, vlogs, and music. Paul's entry into the world of boxing has been met with both curiosity and skepticism. He made his professional boxing debut in January 2020, defeating fellow YouTuber Tyson Gibb. Since then, Paul has won several high-profile matches against other influencers and former athletes, including Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, and Tyron Woodley. His success in these bouts has garnered significant attention and controversy, with critics questioning the legitimacy of his opponents and his boxing skills. Despite the skepticism, Paul's impact on the sport cannot be ignored. He has brought a new audience to boxing, leveraging his social media influence to promote his fights and generate substantial pay-per-view revenues. His brash persona and knack for self-promotion have made him a polarizing figure, but they have also revitalized interest in boxing among younger viewers. Paul has also used the fight to further his personal brand, leveraging his massive social media following to promote the bout and generate buzz. He is engaged in a series of promotional stunts and trash-talking exchanges with Tyson, building anticipation and ensuring that the fight remains in the public eye. However, despite Paul being known for his brash persona and trash talk, his response once the news broke was surprising yet positive. He took to social media to address the decision, expressing a deep understanding and emphasizing that Tyson's health comes first and foremost. Paul also called the news devastating due to all the undercard fights being delayed as well. Joe Rogan, a prominent commentator and UFC analyst, has expressed serious concerns about Tyson's participation in the fight. On his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan highlighted the substantial risks Tyson faces, particularly given the significant age difference between him and Paul. Rogan speculated that the match could have dire consequences if Tyson's health were to deteriorate further during the bout. He emphasized that even though Tyson might retain some of his legendary power, the physical toll of a professional fight could be too much for the aging boxer. Rogan's concerns are rooted in Tyson's history of health problems, including severe sciatica and the potential for injury or worse in the ring. Former UFC champion Michael Bisping has also voiced his disapproval of the fight proceeding under the current circumstances. Bisping criticized the decision to continue with the bout, given Tyson's health scare and advanced age. He argued that the incident on the flight is indicative of broader health issues that should preclude Tyson from competing. Bisping acknowledged Tyson's impressive legacy and his desire to feel the thrill of competition again, but he firmly believes that the risks outweigh the potential rewards. Bisping's comments reflect a broader concern within the combat sports community about the safety and ethics of such matchups. Rick Hatton, another former boxing champion, has described the proposed fight as a complete sham. He has called for intervention to prevent the match from taking place, emphasizing the need to protect Tyson's well-being and preserve the integrity of boxing. Hatton argued that while influencer boxing has its place as entertainment, that particular bout crosses a line due to the significant health risks involved. He pointed out that the potential for serious injury or even death should be a paramount concern, outweighing any financial incentives. Boxing legend Oscar De La Hoya has also weighed in, expressing a more balanced view. While acknowledging Jakepaul's capability as a serious fighter, De La Hoya stressed the need for Tyson to be cautious. He highlighted Tyson's cemented legacy, suggesting that a loss to Paul would not tarnish his historical significance, but urged Tyson to prioritize his health and safety. Despite the health risks, the financial incentives for the fight are substantial. Both Tyson and Paul stand to gain significant sums from the bout, driven by the massive public interest and potential pay-per-view revenue. This financial aspect often complicates decisions in the world of combat sports, where the allure of a big payday can sometimes overshadow concerns about safety and ethics. Tyson's willingness to proceed despite his health issues likely reflects the significant financial stakes involved. The postponed fight between Jakepaul and Mike Tyson has broader implications for the sport of boxing. It highlights the increasing trend of crossover and influencer fights, where the lines between entertainment and professional sports are blurred. While these events attract significant attention and revenue, they also pose challenges to the traditional norms and values of boxing. The sport is faced with the task of balancing innovation and tradition, ensuring that new forms of entertainment do not compromise the integrity and safety of boxing. The postponement of the Jakepaul vs. Mike Tyson fight has sparked a complex and multifaceted discussion within the sports community. Mike Tyson's response, marked by resilience and determination, contrasts sharply with the serious concerns raised by experts like Joe Rogan and Michael Bisping. The health risks, financial incentives, and ethical considerations all intertwine to create a contentious debate about the future of this bout. As the sports world waits for further developments, the fight serves as a potent reminder of the delicate balance between spectacle and safety in combat sports. Whether the match will eventually take place remains uncertain, but the discussions it has prompted are likely to resonate for a long time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell as we bring you more exciting updates in this regard. Thank you for watching.